Let's go.
What a lovely day!
Andy, there's a whole world out there. Jump in.
Can you dig it?
Yeah.
You must always pay strict attention.
I was just completely enamored by it the entire time.
Dude, he did not have to go that hard.
I know, man. Isn't it wild?
The Jared Cast.
So it begins.
Hello. And welcome back to Keep My Wife's Fucking Name Out Your Goddamn Mouth. I am one of your hosts, Jared Lombardo. With me, as always, it doesn't change. Sometimes there's other people, but this man's always by my side. Jared Uncommon, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Salty about some of these results, but that's no surprise for me.
Yes, it's inevitable every year.
Salty about some of these people on the internet, but that's no surprise for every day.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to get into this because this is an interesting little event that we got on our hands.
Yeah, we're doing a quick, too late, but still almost relevant, and hopefully you guys are ready to actually talk about the movies and the winners and the losers. We're talking Oscars, baby. We're late to the party, but better late than never. I'm excited. As film nerds, it's always the most dreaded and exciting event of the year at the same time. Both absolutely not caring and having complete apathy, but also still getting upsetty spaghetti at every single pick. I'm real excited about it. We could just dive right in. We don't have a top five today. We're going rogue. Should we just address the elephant in the room and get that over with as quickly as we can?
Sure, why not? What? So I watched the broadcast live. You did not. So let's go with how you found out and how it unraveled for someone who didn't even watch. Because I imagine it's probably even weirder.
Yeah, it is. So I was I forgot what I was doing. I think I was watching Righteous Gemstones or something. And my parents texted me and they're like, "Oh shit, Will Smith just slapped they said punched Chris Rock during the Oscars." And I was like, "Oh, for real, or was it a bit?" And they're like, "No, it was for real." And I was like, "Oh, that's crazy. Cool." All right. And obviously I'm going to look it up and watch the clip. And then everybody else decided to talk about it 24 goddamn 7 for the next 6 fucking days. And I get it. Some of the memes have been good. I was over it by the end of that day. I was like, okay, this is just another crazy thing that happened. It's not that big of a deal. So I've just been kind of sick of it, honestly. But it was exciting, I guess. It's nice to have something happen at the Oscars.
Yeah, man. When people ask, why do you still watch this thing even though you don't care, even though you don't, even though the Oscars don't matter, even though you none of the cinema that you gets nominated, why do you still care? And I'm like, because shit like this sometimes happens.
Yeah.
This is not the first crazy thing that's happened at the Oscars. Obviously, way back in the day, Marlon Brando refused The Godfather in response to the treatment of Native Americans on screen. There's a bunch of, there was a tie. There have been 3 ties a couple times.
The wrong winner being announced once.
The wrong winner being announced 5 years ago. That was insane. I love the close-ups of seeing everybody in the photo that. That's a great meme. Which person, the personality quiz, which reaction to the Moonlight Best Picture award are you? I was Meryl Streep.
Naturally. You always are in my heart.
Yeah, man. I watched it live broadcast. I too thought it was a bit for a second, and then as soon as they froze the broadcast for like 20 seconds, and that's when I was like, oh, that was real. And then they cut to Will Smith and he was angry, and I was like, oh shit, he is actually angry. And Chris Rock was very rattled, which I never see him do. I if I may weigh in on this, having
Yeah,
seen
go
the
for it.
the uncensored broadcast in Japan, I'm Team Chris. I think there's no excuse for I think what Will Smith
Yeah.
did was super childish, and I think it was really weird that people gave him a standing ovation for it.
Absolutely.
I don't think I have I've been a lifelong fan of both Will Smith and Chris Rock, and specifically Chris Rock's stand up. I don't think that he knew Jada Pinkett Smith had alopecia, and yeah, it was just really weird and just and not shocking, but like it's just bizarre. It's just one of those things that happens, and even more bizarre to me that people are on Team Will.
Yeah.
He's not defending black women. He is literally he laughed, and then he saw Jada's reaction, and then he overcompensated in a really really bad way. I also am amused by the people in the audience that are like clutching their pearls and being like, this is a disgrace to the Academy. Like, yeah, it's embarrassing and it's wrong, but like, it's not, it's not the worst thing that's happened in Hollywood.
No. No. Far from it.
Yeah, man. And yeah, that's pretty much what I took from it. What my takeaway is. I'm curious to see what Will Smith's next move is, because it's kind of sad, like this guy that I kind of grew up loving and grew up being an icon has over the past like 7 or 8 years just turned into a joke of himself, and he's been kind of really trying hard to save the Will Smith image and save the Smith family image, and it's backfired every single time. And
Absolutely.
I feel bad for him, but like this is not the way to do it, man. And like I felt bad for the King Richard people. Like I didn't watch King Richard, but now I want to, just so that to support their efforts. And I don't know. I feel bad for Questlove too. Like his Summer of Soul is literally about a really awesome moment in Black history that gets swept under the rug by the media, and now it's the same exact thing that happens to him. I felt bad that the moment got tarnished for Questlove, because I was very happy to see him win.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, this Academy Awards was a shit show, but I'm glad that this was a nice little spice on top of it.
Yeah. Yeah. I was real sad about Questlove. Summer of Soul was my favorite movie of last year. And so it was a bummer to see him like get that taken away from him. I'm with you. I'm not really like, I wouldn't say I am Team Chris, but I'm not Team Will. I'm kind of team anti-Jada. Which sounds fucked up because it sounds like victim blaming, but she's always kind of been an asshole, especially to Will Smith. Like the whole entanglement, like I don't know. I don't think it wasn't like a good joke, really. Like it was kind of funny. Like it got, for the Oscars, it was a good joke. But for Chris Rock, it's not a good joke. And like his reaction was way too much. Like you shouldn't assault people. I don't know. Maybe that's a hot take. Maybe don't do that. And like the whole thing was, I don't know. It was weird and kind of fucked up. Yeah, like if you're gonna make a joke about her, make a joke about her boyfriend instead. But we're not.
I think he was about to, and then he stopped himself because he said, "Wow, I could." No, never mind.
Yeah, not worth it.
Yeah. Alrighty. Shall we dive into categories?
Maybe best international feature. I was super glad to see Drive My Car get something. They didn't walk away empty-handed. I
Yeah.
haven't seen any of the other nominees, so I can't say if it's deserving. But I was super hyped to see Drive My Car win it.
Yeah.
It won over Flea, Hand of God, Lunana, and The Worst Person in the World, which I really want to see. I've heard amazing things about it. I just haven't quite gotten the chance yet.
Yeah, the only other nominee I had seen was Flea, and while I did love it and it did make me cry, I don't think it holds a candle to Drive My Car, in my opinion. I have not seen the others. I Hand of God has been on my watch list for a while, and I'm waiting for Worst Person in the World to be on streaming because it didn't. It was always too far of a drive for me to see it, which I was really bummed by. But yeah, man, like Drive My Car was, I think, my number three, maybe when we talked about this, when we did our best of 2021. I think it
Sounds
still
about
is.
right.
I think, yeah, I think even when I modified my list a week later, the top five pretty much stayed the same. And yeah, man, I loved Ryusuke Hamaguchi's film. Every single second of its 3 hour long runtime to me was gorgeous. And even though the slowness and the pace of it like challenges people, I think that's good. I think that's cinema. That's the kind of cinema that's good for the soul. The cinema that challenges you, and when you meet that challenge, rewards you with a really transcendent and really beautiful ending.
Yeah, it really is a masterclass of how to do a dialogue heavy and focused and pretty much all dialogue type film without making it
Yeah.
feel like you're just watching a stage performance. Like we get a
Yeah.
lot of dialogue films that just feel like Fences. I know it is a play, but like it feels like you're watching a play. It's like just straight up characters talking in a wide shot and then just kind of jumping around. But Drive My Car feels a lot more focused. It feels a lot more special. Transferring Murakami's writing perfectly. It really captured the like somber apathy that he tends to have.
Yeah.
It's one of his less surreal works for sure. And so hopefully this opens the door into other adaptations because I would love to see like Kafka on the Shore, Wind Up Bird Chronicle, The Sheep Chase. They would all make fantastic movies, and so hopefully this drops things, gets the ball rolling for that, because I'd love to see the weird shit get made too. Like watching a movie where some dude chases a sheep around Japan, it would be amazing. I'm here for it, man.
Yeah.
We can bounce on up to best animated feature because I'm sure you got thoughts.
Yeah.
Encanto beat out Flea, Luca, Mitchell's vs. the Machines, and Raya and the Last Dragon. This was not at all a surprise to anybody, I think. I think this was kind of the almost guaranteed Oscar winner out of those choices. That said, I think we both were rooting for Mitchell's and the Machines, just because we both loved that movie a lot. But if you want to get heated about it, I'll let you yell into a mic for a bit.
No heat. I haven't seen Encanto. It just doesn't look that interesting to me.
Yeah.
So I probably will now. Like, but you know, if anything by Lin-Manuel Miranda should have been nominated more this year, it should have been Tick Tick Boom, because that is a really really impressive effort as far as directing and editing and sound. Flea, I think, is as good as Mitchell's versus the Machines, and I think it definitely, like, of course it didn't stand a chance against the Disney Machine, but I was kind of hoping that it would win because it's very rare that an adult animation wins the animation category.
True.
Luca, I'm surprised Luca was even on the list. It came out in March, and I kind of forgot about it. And it's fine. Like, it's not that great. Same with Raya and the Last Dragon. I feel like they just didn't see that much animation this year.
Yeah, they're like they went to the box office list and they're like, these wasn't decent. Let's just throw them in.
Yeah, like I like Luca and I like Raya, but they weren't great movies. Like they weren't like they didn't have that kind of like earth shattering, like, oh shit, like this is something different, like Wall-E, or
Yeah.
or I don't fucking Up, like if you're gonna do any like childish Disney animation thing, like, select the best of the best. Don't just do it because it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was not surprised, and so I think that made me less like angry, but I still am upset that the two, because I would have been happy, even if Mitchell's versus the Machines is slightly better than Flea, like I would have been happy with either of those two, but I knew in my heart Encanto would win, and I don't give a shit.
It was probably the most guaranteed Oscar of this year, honestly.
Maybe.
But I am glad that we get some diversity with the nominees. Italians are finally getting their due, and I appreciate that. Finally, we're getting seen. We'll jump over to some technical categories because they got big cucked this year. Because the Oscars hates movies for some reason. So we'll do film editing. Because this one I do agree with. The winner was Dune over Don't Look Up, King Richard, Power of the Dog, and Tick Tick Boom. For this one, I was rooting for Dune or Power of the Dog. Or no, Tick Tick Boom, not Power of the Dog. Although that one I would have been kind of fine with. But I think Dune was the most creative. The way they used the voice. And rhythm. There was a excellent video essay. I forget who did it, but it was on like the rhythm of the editing in Dune, and it's mind blowing how they do it. Not even just the physical rhythm that you see in like the thumpers or just like the kind of natural like audio rhythm, but like just the beats of the film and the flow of it is crazy and polyphonic. Things are moving and then like syncing up at important points. It's just an insanely well edited movie. The frequent collaborator of Villeneuve, what's his name? Joe Walker, is incredible. I love everything he did. He did Arrival with him. I think he did Blade Runner. But he does most of Villeneuve's movies, and they're a match made in heaven, honestly. He's an incredible editor, and I'm excited to see what he does moving forward.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, best film editing is it's not the easiest one to judge out of all of them, but it's clear that Dune and Tick Tick Boom and The Power of the Dog were maybe the most creative, maybe the most the most I guess attentive to the story and to the mood in which the filmmakers which the filmmakers were trying to create. And so I was very very pleased to see Dune win. And see them win a lot of categories, not just
they reeked it in this year.
Yeah. Even though I had problems with it, like I still, I still really love the movie, and I do appreciate as well that every single winner of the Academy Award made a point to thank Denis Villeneuve, because it was one of the most offensive snubs to me. Yeah, man. It's it's rare that something that big budget Hollywood crazy epic things get turned into something that's actually decent, and beyond decent, competent, and spectacular and epic cinema. So I'm happy that Dune got rewarded in the technical categories, because I think those were the categories that excelled the most for me.
Yeah. It really was the Fury Road of this year. Like the big
Yeah.
budget action movie that like actually it was like technically super sound and from a filmmaking standpoint was they checked all the boxes super well.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely, man.
Yeah, and
But
that transition. Oh, sorry.
yeah, but I just wanted to also shout out Myron Kirstein and Andrew Weisblum for Tick Tick Boom. I think they would have equally been deserving of the award for sure.
Absolutely. The video essay I mentioned was by Thomas Flight. Definitely check that out if you're interested in the editing of Dune and film editing in general, because it was a great video. Added appreciation.
Hell yeah.
But Dune also won Best Cinematography. Greg Fraser cleaned up that category. Also nominated Nightmare Alley, Power of the Dog, Tragedy of Macbeth, and West Side Story. I haven't seen Tragedy of Macbeth. The stills I've seen have been gorgeous, though, so I was kind of okay with it winning, even if I haven't seen it. I didn't see West Side Story either. It's the only Best Picture nominee I didn't get to. But I would have been okay with this or Power of the Dog. I think they hit the Western type of cinematography with the sweeping landscape shots. And their use of close-ups and singles were incredible. So I would have been okay with Power of the Dog winning too, but Dune, I'm obviously going to be cool with. Like it's a gorgeous movie all around. So I wasn't upset at this one winning either.
I wasn't upset at it. I am kind of disappointed that that Licorice Pizza wasn't nominated, or that again Titan. Movies that are clearly more visually beautiful were just not even touched. West Side Story, to me, like, I don't even really like the original, but the cinematography looks like a Spielberg movie. Like, it doesn't look like a West Side Story. Part of what makes West Side Story such a classic, because it like feels like you could feel the summer heat, you know, like, and it feels, and that adds to the sensuality, that adds to the spectacular, the spectacle of the dance in the original. And the just from what I've seen in the trailers of West Side Story, like, it just doesn't look that, it just looks pretty generic. I don't know. I don't know why that would even get nominated. I mean, I know why. It's because they're idiots. But Nightmare Alley, I like the cinematography in Nightmare Alley. I think but I think the movie would, like, I don't like the colors at all. I think the colors were actually pretty ugly, and so I'm really looking forward to seeing the movie again in black and white, and I think that would be a much better experience. Tragedy of Macbeth really excelled in their use of black and white, and really does a great job of recalling German expressionism and all those great early black and white, very high contrast cinematography. Power of the Dog is very good. But yeah, I'm fine with Dune. I'm fine with it.
Yeah. And that's kind of how we are probably going to feel about every Dune victory. We're good with, except for editing, but like, we're good with it winning. Like, we're fine. Yeah. I'll lump together the two screenplay awards. Best original screenplay went to Belfast. Best adapted went to Coda. Original was over Don't Look Up, King Richard, Licorice Pizza, and Worst Person in the World. Adapted was over Drive My Car, Dune, Lost Daughter, and The Power of the Dog. I'm okay with both of these, actually. Neither one really disappointed. Less so Best Original. I would have liked to see Licorice Pizza win. I think it deserved to win and walk away with a little something. But Belfast was a great film. It had good writing. I wasn't like too super blown away. It didn't feel like anything I hadn't seen before or heard before writing wise. But I'm satisfied with it because I think it is better than Don't Look Up and King Richard. And I haven't seen The Worst Person in the World, so I can't really judge on that merit. And then for Best Adapted, I loved Coda. It was, I think, my third favorite of the year on my list. Might have been dethroned by Drive My Car, but I'm okay with it winning. I think it was fantastic writing. I would have been okay with that. Drive My Car would have been the preferable one for me. But I'm okay with it winning. I think it's a better script than Dune and Power of the Dog, I think. So I'm satisfied, but not thrilled.
Yeah. I think the screenplay for Coda is maybe the most generic part of the movie for me.
Yeah, that is true.
So and it's one of the reasons why the movie didn't rank as high as it did for you. Like, obviously I still love the movie and I'm very happy for the people that won for Coda. And I'm down to watch it again for sure. I do love Coda. But if you're gonna award anything, like, it didn't make any sense to me. Especially with something like Drive My Car and Dune, which are very, very difficult adaptations. Like, just the sheer difficulty of those two films, of the material that those two are based on, is I think worth a vote. I have not read the original of Power of the Dog or The Lost Daughter. I didn't like The Lost Daughter. I thought it was boring as fuck.
I didn't even see it.
Yeah, it's just white people bummer movie.
Love it. Oscars eat that shit up, though.
Yeah. It's like, I don't want to be a mother. So stupid. Grow up, be a mother.
Sorry, too late.
You have the kid. Sorry. I know women are complicated, all that stuff. Sorry, women.
Women, am I right?
Wo-
If you didn't want to have a kid, stay abstinent.
Oh man.
Don't get cummed in.
God. All right.
Anyways.
This is Kenneth Branagh's 7th nomination and final, and like not final, but like finally he won. I'm happy for him, as a fan of him and his performances as an actor. And I'm happy that he won as a screenwriter. Like, he's gotten better over the years. Even though his screenplays tend to be generic. Like, I haven't seen Belfast, but it looks amazing. I do really want to see it. I just don't want to pay $20 for a rental.
Yeah,
sorry,
it's worth a watch.
Yeah,
when the price comes down.
Yeah. Like, Don't Look Up is just a puzzle to me, man. Like, why is this even here? Did you see it?
Yeah, I did, and I think it should have been more self-aware and like cartoony, and I think it would have been great. I think they just needed to exaggerate everything, because they do exaggerate, but not enough to make it like a stylistic choice.
Yeah.
And so the whole movie just kind of falls flat. Like, it's fine. It's a fine movie. It's like a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, like to me, the standouts were Jonah Hill and Timothy Chalamet, and the rest of the movie just feels like a different movie than the movie those two are in. And like, why are we nominating it for best original screenplay? Like, most of the best lines in the movie were improvised. Like, man, I love fingerling potatoes. That's the only good. That's like one of 2 good jokes in that movie, and it's all Timothy Chalamet. Like, it's not Adam McKay. That's the last Adam McKay movie I'm gonna watch. Honestly, I was not impressed at all with Don't Look Up. Yeah. I'm just gonna. Yeah, I don't care.
Oh, yeah. And that brings us to the supporting roles. Best Actress was won by Ariana DeBose, probably. I don't know if that's right. I haven't seen West Side Story, so I can't really comment much on this. But Judi Dench killed it in Belfast. Kristen Dunst, I think, honestly, I would have been down to see her win. I think it just would have been cool to have her win for Power of the Dog. I also haven't seen Lost Daughter, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name, but King Richard.
Ingenue Ellis.
Ingenue Ellis. That actually isn't that bad.
No.
But King Richard was also pretty mediocre. I might have even liked it less than Don't Look Up, but we'll get there when we talk Best Picture. So I don't really have thoughts on Best Actress because I haven't seen the movie. But the big news of Troy Kotsur winning for Coda, the first deaf actor to win a supporting role.
Yeah.
I'm very okay with this. I would have been happy to see him or Jesse Plemons take it because I'm a Jesse Plemons stan.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Being the Ricardos, so I don't know if J.K. Simmons deserves it. But either one of those two, I would have been super stoked. I think Troy absolutely killed it, absolutely deserves it. It's a good pick for me.
Yeah, man. Of this category, he was my favorite. As much as I love Jesse Plemons, I would rather he win for something where he was actually like really used to his maximum potential. He was kind of
Imagine he wins for Game Night. Would have been hyped.
Exactly. Please make a sequel, Hollywood. Please make a sequel. Anyway, I love J.K. Simmons. Haven't seen Being the Ricardos, but Cody Smith-McPhee, I think, was the better, I think, supporting actor in Power of the Dog. I think his kind of the way the camera uses his physicality, or the way Campion uses the camera to capture his physicality, juxtaposed against the lead actor Benedict Cumberbatch, I think was brilliant. I think it's the most brilliant thing about the movie. And so, I really, anyway, I was very happy with Troy Kotsur. I think, God, I forgot her name. The director of Coda, Sean Heder. Sean Heder really, really did a great job of, using cinematography that stuck to the medium closes so that you could see their hands, you could see their shoulders, you could see their faces all in the same shot. And I think, and you could see them like really watching each other's hands and watching each other's faces. And Troy Kotsur was absolutely excellent at all of the above. So I was very, very happy for him. If I were to see another, if I was missing another like nomination, I would say probably what's her name from Come On, Come On. The one who played the sister. I'll look it up right now. I'll look at Gabby Hoffman playing Viv in Come On, Come On. I thought she was like, why wasn't she nominated? There's no excuse. Ariana DeBose has been like the main attraction for me to see West Side Story. I still haven't seen it, but I want to see it because I've seen clips of her and I was like, oh shit, that's a great Anita. Like I can even see it just from the clips. So I'm very happy for her. I'm happy that people still like musicals and that people still appreciate them as much as they do. Jesse,
the 6 people who saw the movie are real stoked for her.
I love Jessie Buckley. Have you seen Beast?
No.
Dude, okay. I'm going to pick that someday.
Yeah.
Beast is absolutely incredible. I've been on Team Jessie Buckley because of that movie. She's absolutely incredible. I'm so excited to see her work with Alex Garland. But she was not the strongest performance to me in the Lost Daughter. I kind of wish if anybody was nominated, it would be Dakota Johnson. I thought she was better than both her and what's her name, Olivia Colman. Ingenue Ellis, I've been a fan of since 2nd grade when I was way too young to see Undercover Brother. But I thought she was brilliant in Lovecraft Country, and so hopefully she gets better movies than King Richard because of King Richard.
Yeah. Perfect. For the main acting categories, in a leading role, we've got Will Smith for King Richard and Jessica Chastain for The Eyes of Tammy Faye. I think Will Smith is the worst part of King Richard. Literally every single. I know that's kind of a hot take because I have heard good things about him, but every single other performance outshined, especially the child actors. I think he's a little too Gilbert Grape for me in this. And he's just kind of, I don't know, he sticks out like a sore thumb and it does not mesh with the world or the tempo of the movie. And it is a quirky character to try to play. And I think he did a decent job capturing like the overbearing father side of the character, but I don't think he was good in this movie at all. And I did not want him to win. And I was upset that he won. I love Will Smith, nothing against the guy. A little too quick on your slaps, but I think he's a very talented actor and has been for a very long and impressive amount of time. But this ain't it. I think Andrew Garfield deserved it. I'm not even a big musical fan. I shit on Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man, but damn it, he fucking killed it in Tick Tick Boom. He was the best part of that movie, and I think he deserved it. Would have been okay with Benedict Cumberbatch. I like Denzel and Javier Bardem. I haven't seen either of those movies, like we've said, so I can't really judge that. But very disappointed to see Will Smith win that one. And then Jessica Chastain. I haven't seen Eyes of Tammy Faye. I love Jessica, so I'm happy that she got her Oscar. I'm just stoked for her. I've only seen Kristen Stewart and Spencer of this category, and I thought she killed it. I would have been okay with her winning, but I have nothing to compare it to, so I don't really have much to say about the actors category.
Yeah, man. I have not seen Nicole Kidman's performance in Being the Ricardos. I did hear that it was a very serious movie, and I was like, why would you make a serious movie about one of the greatest comedy actors of all time?
Right.
That being said, Nicole Kidman, I'm sure, was awesome. Penelope Cruz, I'm sure, was awesome because I love both of them. They're fantastic character actors that dive really deep into pits of darkness that in other movies. I have not seen Parallel Mothers. I do really want to, though. Olivia Colman in The Lost Daughter, I felt like was just an obligatory, like, yeah, we still love Olivia Colman. I'm 100% on her team. I have been since Hot Fuzz. But this was she just didn't have that many interesting things to do, and even if she did on set, even if she did work really well with Maggie Gyllenhaal and with Ed Harris in the movie, the editing didn't show it. The editing didn't really give me a chance to go into her head, and neither did the screenplay as well. Kristen Stewart, I was really, really hoping would win. I was really, really hoping would win.
It would have been so cool.
I'm sick and tired of the internet Stewart slander. I'm very happy that like social media has kind of rallied behind this performance as Diana Spencer. But Spencer is a very flawed movie, so I can understand why it lost votes because of that.
But she is the best part of it for me. So
yeah, definitely.
I'm happy. Yeah. I'm glad she at least got nominated.
Yeah, same. I think, of course, Agatha Roussel was missing for me. Alana Haim playing Alana in Licorice Pizza. Why the fuck wasn't she here? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. First time actor killing it that hard. That's insane. And I'm not just saying that as a fan of Haim. I will say though, as a fan of Jessica Chastain, I was happy for her. I was like, okay, you don't have to keep talking, but I was very happy for her.
I didn't see her speech, so I'm okay with it. Talk as long as you want, Jessica.
It was one of those like Hollywood speeches.
Yeah.
But I'll be a fan for the rest of my life. I've been a fan since The Help. I think is when I first saw her. I have not seen King Richard. I've not seen Being the Ricardos. I did see Power of the Dog, Benedict Cumberbatch. I thought this was his best performance. This was his best, just a movie that maximized his potential. And I loved seeing Denzel do a movie where he couldn't improvise and he couldn't, the material was not flexible. And so I think he rose to the challenge. I think he rose to it well. I think he brought the character of Macbeth to life in a really, really awesome way. You really get to see the fearsomeness of this, like man who revels in bloodshed and who comes alive when violence is on the table. I think Denzel was magnificent, and his take on the "Is this a dagger I see before me?" monologue, perfect. It's I've never seen an actor approach. I've seen like a lot of different recordings of Macbeth on stage. I haven't seen any Macbeth movies, but besides Tragedy of Macbeth, but that's the most original take I've heard about on the "Is this a dagger?" I definitely would have, even though Andrew Garfield was my number 3 of the lead performances overall this year, I was missing Yusuke Kafuku from Drive My Car and Nicolas Cage from Pig. To me, those were both like shoo-ins, and I don't know what was going on.
Yeah, it's Nick Cage. They're never going to really appreciate him in the Academy.
He has won. He has won an Academy Award.
Yeah, but like,
so fun. It's so fun to say that to a Nick Cage hater.
Yeah. What did he win for again?
Leaving Las Vegas. Leaving. Yeah.
Yeah,
Leaving
I actually haven't seen it. Yeah, so satisfactory overall, I guess we could call these categories.
Yeah.
And same with Best Director. I'm very happy seeing Jane Campion. Is that or is it like more French? Is there some French stank on it, even though it's from New Zealand?
It's Campion.
Yeah, I'm very happy to see her win. I think it was deserved. I think for me, I would have picked Hamaguchi for Drive My Car. I think he just had more of a challenge. I think in terms of like ending quality in the directing, I think they're pretty on par. But the dialogue heavy scenes for Drive My Car, there's like 5 different language actors, including Korean Sign Language. I think he put together a little bit more than Jane did, so I would have been a little happier to see him win. But that said, Jane fucking killed it, and so I'm not at all upset to see her win. I think it's absolutely deserved. I wouldn't have been upset for Paul Thomas Anderson because I'm a PTA fanboy. Spielberg, don't think he should have been nominated, even though I haven't seen the movie. Just from what I've heard and like the trailers that I've seen and stuff, I can't see it being standout for directing. And Belfast was good enough. It would have been fine to win, but very happy to see Jane, although Hamaguchi would have been pretty sweet to see as well. Yeah,
man. I would have been happy with Hamaguchi or Thomas Anderson or PTA. I did like Power of the Dog. I did love it. I think Campion made a lot of brilliant choices. But I think of these movies between Drive My Car, Power of the Dog, and Licorice Pizza, I think it's the least impressive of those 3 as a film.
Fair.
That being said, go women.
1 point women. Keep it up.
No, also like, Villeneuve, like what are we doing?
Yeah. He definitely should have been nominated and won, but it's the Oscars, so you don't get what you want ever.
No. Reasons why the Oscars don't matter. Number 554. Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm happy for her as a fan of her work.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of her other movies. I don't think she did The Piano, right? I haven't seen that, but I've heard of that one.
She really likes the psychological drama and stuff like that. So it's kind of yeah.
I fuck with it. I'll probably check out her other stuff. And then to finish off at least what I had, I don't know if you had other ones that you wanted to. I will give a quick shout out to Riz Ahmed for winning a directing for a live action short.
Yeah,
that's
man.
Pretty cool. I haven't seen it, but I love that he won.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any other categories you wanted to hit before we do Best Picture.
Did you see the fan things? That's social media ones.
No, I didn't. I forgot to
So
look at those.
the story is that the Spider-Man No Way Home fans were so mad about Spider-Man not getting nominated for Best Picture. So
Which probably shouldn't. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it would have.
I love that movie. No, just no. The the so the Academy basically did two things. They did most cheer-worthy moment and most like the fan favorite movie of 2021, and the Zack Snyder mob took over that, and both of those moments were the one that won most cheerworthy moment was from Zack Snyder's Justice League, and it beat out the highlight of the Spider-Man movie, and then the one that that won best like fan favorite of the year was Army of the Dead.
What the fuck?
And they devoted like a whole 60-second clip of Army of the Dead in the Academy Awards, and I was like, thank God for Zack Snyder fans, man, because they are the best fans in the world. They've defended this guy through thick and thin, to the point of bringing him to the point of bringing him to the Academy, bringing his movies to the Academy Awards, and taking up a full 60 seconds of screen time. I love it so much. I love it so much.
Yeah.
Anything to spite these pretentious Hollywood assholes is awesome to me.
Yeah, I do love that. I feel like those will just be meme categories. Whatever like the internet deems funniest to pick as a winner is always going to win.
I love it so much. Yeah.
So I'm happy with the result. I know that's hilarious.
Yeah.
And another one I'm happy with is Best Picture. I don't know which one I would have picked. Maybe Drive My Car would have been awesome to see.
Not Don't Look Up.
Yeah, not Don't Look Up or King Richard. So Coda winning Best Picture, I'm fine with. If you're unfamiliar, here are the other nominees. There's too many as always. Belfast, Don't Look Up, Drive My Car, Dune, King Richard, Licorice Pizza, Nightmare Alley, Power of the Dog, and West Side Story. I'm very happy with seeing Coda win. I loved Coda. It's near and dear to my heart. Every white parent in America was cheering their little hearts out when this thing won. It's that demographic. But I was too, so I'm right there with you. Like I said, would have been dope to see Drive My Car win. Would have been happy to see Licorice Pizza, Dune, or maybe Power of the Dog win. But those were kind of my big four, were Coda, Drive My Car, Dune, and Licorice Pizza. Don't Look Up is such a bland movie. It shouldn't have been nominated. Like, it's not bad. Like, watching it, I wasn't like, this fucking sucks. Yeah. But I'm like, I get it 5 minutes in, and then we're just going to repeat those 5 minutes for like 2.5 hours.
Ridiculous.
And then King Richard, Will Smith just kind of irritated me. The rest of the movie is good. I just think it would have been better if it wasn't so focused on him, even if he is the titular character of the stories about him entirely. Yeah. I think the child actors who played Venus and Serena did better. And he's just, it kind of also glorifies super toxic behavior the whole time. And so it's, I don't know, a lot of it just kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. So I was disappointed to see that. The only one I didn't see was West Side Story. The others kind of just in the middle of the road, but I'm happy to see Coda win it.
Same. The only thing that really matters to me about the Best Picture win is that more people will see the winner.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that more people will go see Coda. I think it's a really nice movie to watch with your family, to really dive deep and just enjoy the musical moments. There are some great moments of sound design in the film, and sound mixing and sound editing. And it's a good movie to be enjoyed by. how do I phrase this? It's a movie that people who are hard of hearing or deaf can enjoy as well because of the way they shoot the people speaking ASL, and because of the way the movie kind of is shot, edited, and mixed. So yeah, I'm happy. I don't think it's a better piece of cinema than Drive My Car or Licorice Pizza. It's just not. But I'm not surprised that Licorice Pizza didn't win because it's a little more controversial. I'm not surprised that Drive My Car didn't win because racism. And yeah. I was actually kind of expecting West Side Story to win.
Really? I was expecting Power of the Dog or Don't Look Up. I thought those were the most Oscar-y picks.
Yeah, I don't know. I just had that feeling in the back of my head, like, I can't. But I'm glad it did not. I do. Yeah, I seeing Don't Look Up in this category just makes me dislike it more. Nightmare Alley is not Del Toro's best, but I hope more people will be more inclined to see it or stream it, whatever, buy it on Blu-ray. Yeah, man, it's a weird. Pretty much only for me at least, pretty much only Drive My Car and Licorice Pizza were the ones in this category that really, I'm happy that they actually did 10 nominees, but like, whatever that year was when Judas and the Black Messiah was, like, there were 3 movies there that took my breath away at least, and this year there were only 2 that really captured my imagination and really like made me feel like I was watching best picture material and best like the top shelf effort of like masterful filmmaking. Everything else kind of was, very Hollywood, very like something that plays to that crowd. And I think it's making me even less excited about next year's Academy Awards. But like, it's interesting like talking about this as someone who's like interested in film, and like as someone who kind of, when I was a kid, I would practice my Oscar speech in front of the mirror and shit like that. But I don't know, like I don't know how to fix it. Unless I took over the Academy and like completely changed the organization from the inside out. There's no real way to fix a lot of these problems because it's a bland ceremony. They nominate a lot of bland movies, and I think that's the main reason why. And I think that's the main reason why the show suffers, like, and why they rely on these crazy moments like Will Smith and Chris Rock, getting into it a bit. It's sad to me that is the only reason why people care about this thing that's supposed to uplift and supposed to reward great cinema. So I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. Another Wonder Bread year from a Wonder Bread organization. Not a lot of surprises this year. So, but thank you guys for listening. This was supposed to be a short little bonus episode, and you guys got a full-length bonus episode. So hats off to you. Teton should have been nominated and win. Anything else you want to say to the people?
Team Chris. No, I'm just kidding. I don't care. Yeah, we love you. Goodbye.
Bang.